Yes people, what is good? I am BA back once again with another reaction in the Deadwood series. This is episode 8 of season 1 now, and it is called Suffer the Little Children. Last episode we saw a couple things. We saw Charlie and Seth make their way back to Deadwood. Charlie reunited with Jane and together they mourned the loss of Bill at his grave. Meanwhile, Jack McCall has been sent to some second legal system for another trial. I hope this one ends more justly and he at least goes to prison, if not is instantly murdered. I still can't believe he won the first trial in Deadwood. The priest is still fitting a lot. The doc has told him this is a legion in his brain. I don't know how they're going to fix this, if there was any medicine to deal with this back in those days, but hopefully he doesn't die, because that priest is a cool character, whether you're religious or not. I'm not, but I think he's a nice guy. That's all you can ask of another human being. These two kids showed up to town looking for their dad, who I believe was the guy who was thrown into the ravine. The son got work at the gym with Al, but the girl who was just waiting about for her brother to finish was instantly taken by Cy and the woman who looks after the prostitutes at Cy's place and turned into a prostitute. I cannot believe that. I do not want to see this girl go down that road, and hopefully her brother or her herself pulls her out of this situation and she does something else with her time. And Trixie kinda showed her hand to the widow and said, look, I'm not going to be watching out for you anymore. If I was you, I'd sell. I'm going back to Al. So disappointing to see, because I loved the fact Trixie was helping the widow and actively working against Al and EB's wishes for her to sell the gold plot. But I understand, if Trixie hadn't have done that, she might have been in some serious life-endangering circumstances, so she was doing what she had to do, kinda. I'm just disappointed she did. But as always, I cannot wait to see what happens next, so let's get into it. This is episode 8 of season 1, Suffer the Little Children. Let's check it out and see what it's saying to it. I'm loving everything Western just now. I'll need to check out some Western movies for this channel as well. Obviously when this series concludes I'll be doing Deadwood the movie, but if there's any other Western movies you guys highly rate, drop it in the comments below, I'll add it to the list. I have seen quite a few Western movies though. This ain't my first rodeo, cowboy. It's my second. And at the first one my ass cheek got torn in half by the gore of a bull. It was a tough time I don't really like talking about. It's the most verbally abused person in Deadwood.
If we're gonna act, we should do it in darkness.
Where's the fucking whore?
What did he mean by act? What the fuck are they planning?
The course is clear.
What's the course?
Murder them where they sleep.
Oh wow, he's planning to kill the widow. No way this works.
As for Bullock, he sleeps on his store's second floor.
Oh, and Seth. No way this happens.
The allocated percentages of ownership previously agreed to, and don't spend a fucking dollar in the process.
EB, you would disappoint me at this point if you were not snaking away. What an absolute little rat.
That's what the B and EB Farnham stands for. Bold. You goddamn right.
Goddamn wrong. Stands for bitch.
You're gonna back off on that fucking claim.
I hope Al backs off from the claim. It's what's right at this point. Plus he makes money from his saloon. He really doesn't need to go through all this trouble for the extra.
Vaccine to Doc Cochran in the pest tent. We'll be toasting a treaty, too, with the fucking heathen.
Nice, so these guys returned with a vaccine. It's about time. At least Jane will not die now. Thank God. That is one worry out of my head.
Credits across the board for these heroes. 10 in pussy, 10 in pharaoh, 10 in booze.
I don't trust Al when he hands out extras to people. It makes me think he's planning on killing them very soon.
And sows peace with the fucking dirt worshippers.
Huh, so he thinks it'll bring peace between them and the Native Americans. I hope so.
The priggish fucking douchebag Bullock only wants to sell pots and pans, fan his pretty face, and hold his nose.
It's true, Seth just wants to make an honest living, but I appreciate how you worded it too, Al.
First, I'll go give the hoople heads their money.
Thank you.
EB's just heartbroken because he was getting a percentage of that gold claim.
The fuck is this? Huh?
I lost my voice.
Sounds like he had a party.
I seen something at the place my brother works. A man was stabbed and killed right in front of me.
That's not bad. That's regular over there. You'll get used to it.
I'll go in a minute. It's all right, Laura.
Oh, Flora. Do not put your trust in these people. Get out of this place.
A funny smell comes into the air. And then you know there's no more steering and get the hell out of the way.
You should be smelling it right the fuck now.
Can I sleep here with you just this last little while before we have to get up?
Yeah, you can sleep here with me.
That's terrible. She will get completely manipulated by this woman. She sees it as some type of mother figure, which is a terrible choice in parental people. This is great news. Now hopefully no one else we like can die from this disease. And I'm just happy to see the back of it. It's too reminiscent of COVID for me. That guy seems to be harbouring his grudge towards Sai fairly respectably, considering he was left in the woods to die.
Jesus Christ!
I'd never have thought Charlie Udder was a needle phobe.
I ain't it.
Really? Strange you never keeled over when we was hungry on the fucking trail.
Jane's got no respect for his phobia of needles.
My plans have changed. As soon as I can arrange transportation, I'll return with the child to New York City.
I mean, that's kind of bittersweet. Obviously, these two were interested and attracted to one another, but at the same time, at least the kid is getting the hell out of this town.
Why don't you get the child inoculated? I'll go about my business, and we'll revisit the whole mess subsequently.
So, Seth clearly wants her to stay. Hopefully this works out well and doesn't end up getting them killed.
I'm to take you to him.
He's one claim over.
Nice fucking guy, and a dead eye for the fucking color.
I wonder if Dan's gonna lead Seth to the gold. Because if they're backing off on the claim, I guess they have to give up the gold as well. But then if he leads him to a gold claim, won't Seth be like, well, why didn't the other guy find this shit? That was a good distraction technique from the pinprick there, Doc. He's clearly done this a bunch.
Stoddard will see to your travel arrangements. As soon as he gets his wits back, I'll send him to you.
Thank you, Doctor.
Well, she does seem adamant she's leaving. Why do I get the feeling she will not leave though? Or if she does, she'll return shortly. She seems like a big character throughout this series to just disappear like that.
I scrubbed it real hard.
Did I ask you how hard you fucking scrubbed?
This is my least favourite part about this show. I know there's a lot of grisly murders and shit, but seeing this woman who's already suffering get treated like shit from Al constantly is infuriating. I would literally shoot him for this and deal with the consequences.
Said her pussy hurt where you grabbed it.
She making a point? No grabbing at the cunt?
Well, it would be a fair point if that's what she was doing. I wonder if Trixie's up to some secondary plan here though.
My fucking hands and knees. Discussing snippets of information with a fucking gimp.
Oh, fuck off, mate.
I couldn't find Trixie.
Where in the fuck has Trixie gotten to? And what is her game plan? She said she was coming right back here, so where did she go instead?
Talk like him until further instructed.
Yes, sir.
Well, that was a more polite way of telling him to shut the fuck up than he could have done.
Oh, Jesus.
What the fuck? Has she overdosed or something? Oh no.
Wake up, Trixie. Trixie, wake up.
Oh, please tell me she's not dead. Is she still breathing? I hope she's still breathing and the doc can do something about this.
Now you listen to me.
Oh, she's still alive.
Well, 'cause you thought you didn't have a way out of here, 'cause you do have a way out.
Oh, the dog's such a cool character. I love this guy. Flora getting back into her hooker gear. Such bullshit.
I was there picking my brother up.
You're brave to even be in a joint like that.
Look at him acting as if his place isn't equally as scummy.
Is that a fresh scalp I see hanging from your belt?
I held her.
I was watching for you.
Sai looked slightly disappointed she hadn't had sex there. He's a weird cunt.
Get that upset by blood.
She lost her cherry back home, Si. I told you that.
Do you think she has some sort of ulterior motive, maybe? I don't exactly know what her thought process is just now.
My knife. You want to buy that?
I've got a fucking knife.
What is she doing? Hopefully like she's working as a supreme double agent to try and figure out who killed her dad or something.
You geek-looking fuck. Get away from me before I cut your fucking heart out.
Oh shit, what is her game plan? I have no idea about this Flora character now, but she just got way more interesting.
My God. She punctured her vein. That's the only reason why she's still alive.
At least she's still alive.
I offered to send Trixie to New York with the child.
So was it that Trixie didn't want to go alone? Because she did seem like she wanted to go with the widow, but then she is high on an almost overdose amount of dope, so did that conversation with the doc mean anything? It wasn't even a conversation, it was the doc talking to a comatose Trixie.
Tell her she's welcome. Tell her she's necessary.
That's cool of the widow. I thought that's how she would respond anyway. I just wonder why Trixie turned down the offer the night before, but now after having overdosed, she's all for it. She could have done that to begin with. There's another element in that situation I'm not fully getting yet.
Prefer one behind the ear. Keep climbing, Ellsworth. You're off the hook for seeing that New York Days accident.
Guy's got balls even hanging about and blackmailing him after seeing what he saw. He should have just kept his mouth shut.
Head on back down, Mr. Bullock. We think we found a formation worth looking at.
And Dan is such a bullshit master.
Let's do it. Now? Now. And get the fuck out of here.
What are they doing?
Savvy operator from Chicago, and you can tell he's on to you. Savvy enough that he didn't crack, and I still could fucking tell.
What is their plan? Are they going to kill Al?
This joint you want to take. Where I work.
Oh shit, they're robbers. No way. Well, I'm so happy that what I thought was going to happen to this girl is not the case. I'd much rather see her rob people. So maybe they're not the dude's kids after all. They just came in town with a bullshit story.
Don't sell Mrs. Garrett.
This is going to work out really well for her though, because Alice just gave the word to EB and them to back off from trying to repurchase the claim. She just found a giant amount of gold. She's going to be like the richest person in this town potentially.
Downstairs to speak with Mr. Bullock in Mr. Farnham's absurd restaurant, and then I'll come back up.
Don't know if she understood a word of that, but the widow needs to work on her hand gestures a bit more.
I'll be right back.
That poor kid, just all alone in a world where no one speaks your language. It must suck.
Is the technical term bonanza?
That's the look of it.
It's a bonanza, Mr. Farnham.
EB is heartbroken. Fuck you, EB. It's so good to see that little rat squirm.
I wished to stay here, unencumbered, when I should be caring for the child.
She was being a bit selfish, just thinking about, getting with Seth, but at the same time, she surely could juggle both, looking after the kid and Seth. So how families are formed.
I'd be grateful if this afternoon I could go look and maybe I could take a night shift to make up.
These guys are putting up a great act as well. I don't know if they're a robbing duo. I'm not even convinced they're brother and sister anymore.
The immediate result is she won't be selling.
Of course she fucking won't. I should fucking think not, huh?
Bullock surely knows that Al knew this. Otherwise, why would he be pressing her for the sale so harshly? I wonder how he's going to handle this.
Tics or habits of behavior either finds dislikable and the other got to be overlooked or taken with a grain of salt.
I love how he's acting so solemn, but in reality, he made this decision long before this conversation. It was a calculated choice.
Barney, be careful in the area of the throat, huh?
Never has Al Moore wanted to give the order to slit a throat.
How high did EB go?
19,500.
I wouldn't trust a man that wouldn't try to steal a little.
I wouldn't trust E.B. Farnham with anything. And yeah, Al promised the safety of the widow, but I don't think he'll extend the same courtesy to Trixie. Trixie definitely needs to get the hell out of here.
I'm so very sorry. I don't remember you being the one that made me a whore, Mrs. Garrett.
Fair point.
Take this.
Oh shit, just straight up gave her a nugget of gold. That'll get you a far, far way away from here, Trixie. Take that shit.
Trixie?
This kid loves Trixie as well.
Take her home, Mrs. Garrett.
Mrs. Garrett. I know I've been calling her the widow. I feel like it's a cooler nickname anyway and easier to remember. I'll try and remember Mrs. Garrett, but that being said, I reserve the right to call her the widow until she at least stops wearing nothing but black clothes. Every day is a funeral for this lady. I know she's in mourning, but shit, wear some white. See if it doesn't brighten your day a little.
I left a pin up in your room. I want to go look for it.
Go ahead and look.
Oh, she's devious. I much prefer devious Flora than poor innocent hooker Flora though. I'm happy to see this happen.
She lost a pin up there.
A pin?
Sai is wise to this shit though. I don't know if their plan will work.
Let me take it.
Get out of here, Flora. Put down my things and I'll let you get out.
Flora might bring a knife to this woman. She seems way more dangerous than we thought.
You think you're gonna get out of here alive?
I'll give it a goddamn whirl.
You're not gonna get out alive.
She is hardcore. She's ready for the beef. Now, will she get past Sai? It's not looking likely.
What is your fucking business? You with your beady little ferret eyes.
Beady little ferret eyes. Oh shit! Sai was wise to it, but this woman is crazy.
Get out! Get her out front! Get her out!
Wow, I'm so stunned at this episode. I had no idea that this was gonna happen. It's a pleasant surprise, but still, like, these guys are trying some dangerous shit right now. I do not think Sai is gonna like getting stabbed in the leg too much. Damn, she is getting fucked up.
Take a fucking side, boys.
They're in trouble now. Man, this show continues to surprise me with amazing plot twists and storylines. I was just not expecting this whatsoever. Happy it happened, kinda also happy they were caught for it. You know, I don't know how to feel about it. I fucking hate Sai. I'm pleased she stabbed him, but at the same time, they're sneaky little thieves, so, you know, they deserve to be dealt with if they're caught for it.
Matters took a happy turn. You could still probably work.
What the fuck is Sai gonna do with these two now they're captured, though?
Are you awake, Miles? Don't be fucking passing out, youngster.
I mean, I hate Sai, but these guys were legit trying to rob him. What did they expect to happen if they were caught?
You're found fucking guilty of being a cunt.
A rare legal charge, but one that should be implemented more often.
Done your fucking part, you little piece of shit.
Oh shit, Sai is ruthless.
You're trying for the knife, it's maybe a foot to your left.
This is brutal.
Put that out of its misery.
I wouldn't give this woman the gun right now, she might shoot you, Sai.
Whatever you want to do will be a mistake. You keep drawing breath. Right here.
This is shocking shit. I'm literally gobsmacked at how this episode has played out.
You mistook her purpose, her so-called fucking brothers, and their entire fucking cockeyed story.
True, Dan read those guys completely wrong, but then you did employ one of them, Al. They could have just easily have decided to rob your place. So, you know, get off your high horse over there. I know we're in the West, but your horse doesn't have to be that tall.
Find out how much Tolliver paid Wu. Don't want to be sucking hind tit on disposal fees.
Always trying to get that little bit extra as Al. Maybe people like Al so much by the end of this show just because of how ruthless Sai is in comparison. I mean, when that's the only other landlord you've got in the whole town, Al looks like a saint sometimes.
What you're willing to do you like it? No. Do you enjoy it? No.
And I know this woman's hurting just now having seen that and having had to do that, but at the end of the day, she was tricked by a ruthless robber who would have just as quickly have slit her throat if she had to. So why she's taking this so bad, I have no idea. Maybe she saw her younger self in that girl, maybe other reasons, but still, she's a little fucking robber at the end of the day. What did she expect to happen when she was caught?
I can't bear to see you unhappy like this.
Oh, here he goes, back into Pepe Le Pew mode. Don Juan over here. What's mad is, I genuinely believe Sai in this situation, and I do think he has deep feelings for this woman. The small amount of feelings he has left are reserved for this lady. I do believe that.
Kill me too, Sai. Or let me go.
Well, I don't think he's going to be happy with either of those two options, though. God, she's like the Trixie of this saloon, just feeling the tremendous weight and pressure imposed upon her by Sai. Hey, the widow's wearing white, you are now officially Mrs. Garrett, or Miss Garrett now, the future Mrs. Bullock, if you survive. Oh no, where is Trixie going? Back into the gym. Hopefully Al doesn't kill her. Please don't kill her, Al.
I got myself on my hands and knees, wondering what became of you.
Oh, I love that woman so much. I really want her to have a happy ending in this show. I don't want to see her sweeping floors and getting treated like shit for the entirety of this show.
Row, your boat.
Do you think Trixie will go back to Mrs. Garrett and Sophia? It might be really dangerous for her to do so. She's not going to give Al the gold, is she? Oh my god. Wow, there's not many people in this town that could get away with that. Well, it looks like Al's not going to instantly kill her at least, so that's a positive, I guess. Is that a positive? I don't even know. She should have took that lump of gold and got the fuck out of here is what I think. Okay, and that was episode 8 of season 1 of Deadwood, Suffering the Little Children, and I will be back in just a minute with my thoughts on that. So, Suffering the Little Children, what did I think of that? What an incredible little episode. I mean, last episode I spent the whole time heartbroken for Flora and her brother and the situation I believe they were being thrust into in this town, only to find out that I was one of the primary people being fooled by this sneaky little bitch. I cannot believe the character shift we saw within 2 episodes with those two just seeming like a honest brother and sister entering the town looking for their missing father, and part of that I guess was because I maybe assumed that their father was the guy who was thrown into the ravine perhaps. But yeah, even if I hadn't have made that assumption I still would have believed them. They completely fooled me. If I owned a tavern in this town they would have robbed me blind. I would have woke up in the morning like, where's that sweet little girl and her hard working brother gone? They've done what to my safe? Yeah, it's so unexpected and such a great interesting little storyline. It also got across the absolute ruthlessness of Sai, because when they were caught, I mean, I thought he was going to beat them up and maybe make them both work in his place. I did not expect him to just shoot them both. What impactful characters that were here one minute and gone the next, just popping up into the show, raising hell and then getting executed out of it. Absolutely crazy, but made for a great episode of viewing. It was literally tense and in many ways had the hype of a season finale due to that storyline for me. Just epic shit. Episode by episode, this show continues to surpass my expectations for it. The character shift as well, when she finally lowered her mask and called that John a geek and threatened to cut him, and then when she was in the room robbing the jewellery just to threaten to stab that woman as well. Why that woman went to bat for her and tried to get her to leave with the jewels is beyond me. But regardless, Sai was wise to it all. He is as on point and as fucked up as Al, and in many ways even more of a threatening physical presence because he seems like a big dude himself. So you know when he found out something was up, it wasn't going to end good. I just didn't expect it to end that badly, that suddenly. And on the plus side, of course, the smallpox vaccine has arrived. Thank fuck. I did not want to see this storyline of the plague drag on for many, many episodes and see some great characters get smallpox and potentially die. I genuinely did not want that to happen. It wouldn't have created drama for me, it would have made the show miserable. So the fact that a vaccine is now here and everybody's clear of that shit, it's just great to see. It's one weight off my shoulders. Calamity Jane is safe, thank God. And the other storyline, which is quite confusing to me, is like, why did Trixie first of all overdose like she felt she had no way out, but then when she came to and the widow had given her gold to get the hell out of there and promised her as much as she needed, she just returned to Al yet again. I mean, is it Stockholm Syndrome at this point? It seems that way. She definitely seems miserable under Al's rule, but then she keeps returning to him. So at this point, she's really no one to blame but herself. She had an exit strategy offered to her on a silver platter, and she sat that lump of gold next to Al's bedside and got back into bed with this dude just to be treated like shit for many more episodes to come. I guess the other good point though is that Al has officially backed off of this claim. They've found the gold, the widow is now rich, and she is staying in camp to look after the kid and potentially start a relationship with Seth, which will be cool to see. I think they will make a good couple and I'm looking forward to that. Here's hoping there is at least some happy times throughout the course of this show that I can look forward to. Don't crush my dreams, Deadwood. But yeah, I've got to say, I have been raving about the quality of this series from the start basically, but this is potentially my favourite episode yet. So unexpected, such high drama, really well acted, really shocking conclusion to the story arc as well, and just some great television. And it goes without saying at this point, but I will be counting down the days until I get to watch another episode of this. If you've liked this video, click like, subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this, ring the bell to be notified as to when they drop. If there's anything you want to talk about, comment down below and share this around to anyone you think might appreciate it or want to watch the rest of these reactions along with us. My Patreon link is down in the description. If you become a patron, you get access to my blog, you get access to these reactions I put on YouTube a month and a half in advance, and you also get access to full-length versions of everything I react to. So consider becoming a patron, it helps me and my channel out so much, and until next time, I have been BA, peace.